Hello, everyone. It's Diesel Donald here. Thank you for coming to Inside the Mind of Diesel. And last week, thank you for all the feedback, all the viewers, all the listeners. Thank you for our team here, and Dave and Steve. Thank you again for the opportunity. Today's episode is going to gear around. In my notes, I want to talk about two favorite people of mine. So if you go and check out like all the feedback I had in my life, like and all the like posts and all the Instagram and all that, you'll see that I always talk about like two or three, four, people a lot, and those people are Kobe Bryant and Manny Fresh. So those two are the people's minds I want to go dive into. And I just feel like those two innovators and creators or muses are people that inspired me a lot. Kobe Bryant inspired me a lot, obviously through basketball when I played basketball, and I wore the same numbers, everything, and no, I wasn't as good, but that don't mean I can't learn from someone that's better, or learn from people that performed at a higher level. But that was someone I grew up admiring his talent and his work ethic. And I was on the Mamba Mentality before everybody else has jumped on the board. It's so funny, like how everyone jumps on it now. But anyway, I'm just very grateful for the opportunity to share and inspire you. And Manny Fresh obviously was someone that inspired me. I love the way he rapped, the way he produced the beats. I love the way he was just silly in himself and comical. And that's somebody that I listened to growing up in his group, Big Timers. And I love Manny Fresh. That was like my guy. That's the guy that I would like, one of my favorite rappers, even though he was goofy and silly. But that's his character, part of his character. And before, like, I was like, when I was young, I was just so like I'm so like drawn and to his style, his rap, how goofy he was when he was doing the music. And it was just, like I said, a beautiful thing to be part of that era of music. And Manny's that guy for me. His rap and his commitment to innovation and his entrepreneurial mindset, the way he collaborated with different artists and to create the sounds. Kobe Bryant was his mentality, his work ethic, his determination, the legacy he built, and his creativity, his storytelling. A lot of people don't talk about that. So before we dive into all that, I want to take us into breathing, meditation, mindfulness practice before we start. So before we get going, I want you just to just move your neck around. Inhaling and exhaling. Move around this way. Do one more round. So when we start this breathing, I want you to take an inhale, a little bit more, and then I want you to just suspend the breath, and then I just want you to move the breath around your lungs, your heart, your shoulders, your body, and then when you breathe out, you're gonna breathe out through your mouth. You can breathe out your nose too, but you're gonna let the breath come out here. And when we get down here, take a deep inhalation. Release. Come back up. So we're going to do 3 rounds of that. And then I'm going to segue you through each segment. So inhale in. Inhale a little bit more. A little bit more. Move around your shoulders, your neck, and your body. Don't want to hold on too long. Let it go. Inhale in. Inhale a little bit more. A little bit more. Moving around your body. Let it go. Inhale in. A little bit more. A little bit more. Move it around. Don't hold it too long. Let it go. Take a deep inhale. Release. All right, we're going to do Kapalabhati, alternate left to right. So you're going to inhale through your stomach. Inhale through your stomach. Exhale out of your stomach. So all we're doing is exhaling. It's a good abdominal workout for your core because you're contracting your abs. So place your fingers here. You can use your left or right. I'm going to start with my right. Inhale in. Inhale a little bit more. Inhale a little bit more. Move the breath around. And release. Inhale. Release. Use the left hand. Inhale. A little bit more. A little bit more. Move it around. Release. Inhale. Release. I want you to just keep your eyes closed or have a soft gaze. And when you inhale in, and I just want you to focus on your nostrils, your nose. Just focus on your breath going in and out the nose. Focus on your breath. Focus on the inhale and exhaling out of your nostrils, your nose. As we begin to bring some sensation back, now let's set our intention for this episode. Let's set our intention that everyone that's listening, everyone that's here is being able to understand and comprehend the information. Let's set our intention that it will be easy. Everything is easy. Everything is retainable. And that you're inspired to find, and whoever inspires you, you find the inspiration that you need to find to help you on your voyage. When we meditate, helps calm the nervous system, helps bring us to this present moment, stops the time around us. We come to this present time and moment. So when we start this expedition on learning about Kobe Bryant and Manny Fresh, let's see how we can implement what they have learned, what's inside their mind, how could it help you inside the mind that you have and others that you may be influential to. And let's set our intention that everything is working out for our highest good today. Take a deep breath in. Release. Okay. Wow, don't you feel so much better when you do practices like that? I mean, I do. I feel so much better. You know, that's why it's very important, you know, to have some type of practice every day and routine, whether it's a walking, mindfulness practice, whether it's sitting, whether it's guided, whether it's through whatever way that you need to get it done. You know, it's very, you know, essential. You know, you do affirmative prayer, some type of meditation, some type of study, sacred, inspirational study, some type of exercising, drinking proper hydration and supplementation and whatever you need for your body. So this is why I love, you know, implementing this meditation before we have class and setting like a intention, you know, and Sankalpa and Yoga Nidra. One day we'll go through that. Anyway, so let's talk about, you know, in my notes, I wrote down the mentality, the Mamba Mentality, and Manny Fresh innovative mindset. You know, the Mamba Mentality, you know, back in the day, when I say back in the day, back in, you know, when Kobe Bryant was playing, a lot of people did not like Mamba Mentality. Kobe's selfish, Kobe's this, Kobe's that, you know, whatever. And it was frowned upon at one point in time, you know, and people didn't like it because it made them uncomfortable. You know, Kobe Bryant getting up at 3:55 a.m. to 4 a.m., whatever, to get to the gym early, to train on the track, to do his lifts, to shoot his 1,000 shots, to make 1,000 shots, to do his preparation. That was frowned upon at one point. And that mentality that Kobe had, a lot of people didn't like it, you know, because it made you feel uncomfortable, made you have to get better yourself. And he demanded that type of greatness from that mentality. And that's what drawn me to Kobe Bryant, or drew me to Kobe Bryant. I didn't know the mindset when I was younger. I didn't know the training that he all did. You know, I heard about it, but like with all the technology now and with all this information, it's easy to assess this information. It's easy to find it now and to see like what the great ones do, and what social media allow you to see how they prepare, how they get better, how people train. You know, it's more direct information now. Before it was like word of mouth, magazines, newspapers, or you might see a sit down interview and you might get a little bit of sprinkle of information, but a lot of people weren't talking about what they were doing and how they were training during that era where like 10, 15, 25 years ago, they weren't like sharing, even 30 years ago, 35 and beyond, they weren't really sharing that type of information to people. So back when I was young, when I was like learning about, I knew what the Mamba Mentality was. Obviously, I knew what the Black Mamba was. Kobe coined that name for himself after you know, the Denver, Colorado, or the Colorado situation he had to go through, where he talked about how he had to decipher himself. He had to build a character when he played on the basketball court, and then, you know, Kobe dealt with the human things. And Black Mamba became that. This is around 2002, 2003, 2004. That Black Mamba mentality really like had a name. If you look at the Muse documentary that Kobe talked about, he talked about the mindset that he had developed after going through some life things he went through. So when we talk about the Mamba mentality, how can you implement that type of mentality into your regimen? No, you don't have to be a world-class sprinter. No, you don't have to be a basketball player. No, you don't have to be, whatever profession and whatever skill set you have. It can go into that mindset. It can go into that, abilities or whatever you do. You can take the Mamba aspect of Kobe Bryant's mentality into, whatever craft you do. So I want to touch bases about that. I also want to touch bases with Manny Fresh's innovative mindset. I just feel like Manny Fresh innovation, like he talks about like how when he's a kid, like his dad would buy him a turntable and buy him like a DJ set or something, or a production set or keyboards or whatever. He got instruments for his birthday. Manny Fresh always was very innovative, the way he can create a beat and a bounce sound, that New Orleans sound. And Manny, talks about his innovation through taking different beats and, taking old sounds and mixing with new sounds, and, catering to his artists he's working with. And he's a music producer. And for people that don't know what a music producer is, engineer, he does all that. He creates a beat, he creates a sound that you hear when you listen to music, like whatever the instrumentals of the sound. That's Manny Fresh's job. And he is very innovative, and he's one of the best producers that ever of all time. So like when I used to see Manny Fresh when I was young, I was so like drawn to like just his ability to capture you. Like he would be goofy, like he's a character. Like if y'all if y'all listen to the Big Timers album, he used to have like characters. He used to like change his voice, and as an artist, he's an artist as well. So don't get confused. He also produced beats, but he's also an artist as well. So when he was doing his artist stuff, he would like turn into different characters, and that was like cool to me, because like Manny was like different, and like that alter ego, that other ego or other character he built, caught my mind, and just the creativity. So that's very essential. And we go into the next step. I want to talk about, in my notes, I put that like the different parts of their career. Like if you look at Kobe Bryant's, 81 points in one game, or his determination, his work ethic, his will to not think about injury. And you think about Manny, how he had to create with Cash Money, how he had to create, his beats and sound with them. And then when he started venturing off to work with, T.I. or Young Jeezy, or Juvenile, which was part of Cash Money, Lil Wayne, and different type of people he worked with outside of that original sound. You have to be innovative. You have to create. You have to have that ability to resonate with different people's skill sets. And so he produced like Still Fly, all of Cash Money's when he was signed to them, like the early 90s all the way to probably 2003, 2004. He produced all the beats. So his catalog is huge, and he also did some stuff with Young Jeezy. And then he did stuff with T.I. He did stuff with all other kinds of artists. And, and he's also a DJ now, which that's a huge success. So he travels and DJs, and, very innovative in his like DJ approach. He you know how the DJs do. So you got to look at this platform. So when I was, like I said, when I was young, even now, I'm like, how did they do that? How did they create that? What's the like process of creating and getting inspiration from creating music? Like that's like what drew me to like wanting to know more and wanting to know you know how they do this. Like I don't know if that's fascinating to you, but to me, like I think that's fascinating to see like how people are doing their job and what's in it. Like how'd you pick that sound? How'd you get this? What were you doing when you were doing that? What were you eating? What were you training? Were you training? Were you listening to someone, or you got inspired by someone? Like, where did the inspiration come from for you to create that sound? Or what's the inspiration that became behind Kobe Bryant to work like that? Like, who taught you that? Like, how'd you know that you had to go train with them to get to this level? Like how? Like, how'd you know you got to drop these friends off, like to not, so you can go propel to the next level. So like that's the stuff like I want to know. Like when you're in school, like did you watch this show or those are questions like I want to know. Like one of the questions I always wanted to ask if I met Kobe Bryant is his high school, that journey, the first couple years of the league. Obviously, like different parts of the league, I want to ask him, but I want to know like what you listen to. Why'd you listen to that? Like, why'd you go a certain way when you went to high school? Like, why did you, you know, why did you, you know, go at the gym that early? When you scored this many points, what was in your mind? Like for you to propel that type of like effort? Like what was your training regimen like? Like, how'd you get through those days where you didn't want to do it? Like I want to ask, like when you were driving this way or when you came this way or when you did this certain type of move, like, or Manny, like when you created like Still Fly, like where'd you get inspired by that? When you created, like when you work with this artist, like how did you think about like putting this sound here and not put that? And like a lot of times, like when I'm like watching like footage or I'm listening to music, I repeat it. I repeat it like hundreds of times. Like when especially when I'm in the road, I want to know, like I'm listening to like it over and 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 over. Where it's boring that I know it. Like that's how much I want to know it. Is that when I put it on, like I know it. So um I want to know those type of questions though when we're talking to like those great muses. Like if I sat down with Kobe Bryant, if I sat down with Manny, I would ask like questions like that. I would more ask about like, the storytelling of Kobe Bryant. Like, where did I come from? Like, yeah, I know you studied or had a class at Lower Marion High School, and you were inspired by creative writing class. Manny, like when you became a DJ, like why did you want to become a DJ? Now, when you became that DJ, who inspired you? Like, did you study this person? Did you do that? Did you do that? What did you learn from, those people that helped you? So I want to ask those type of mindset questions. So then we can get somewhere. And because like, I'll be like, how did they do that? So because it inspired me, whatever that inspired that, the person inspired me, like, oh, okay. So I want to know like the backstory, like the roots of where the inspiration came from. Like a lot of people ask these questions on podcasts. That's like, great questions. And, but I feel like we're missing out a lot more. People like to ask sexy questions. I want to ask, meat and potatoes questions, like the grind, the grit, like, like that mindset type of questions. Like, I want to get into that type of like conversation because I feel like we get somewhere with that. Whew. Okay. So when we talk about, I want to go to this segment right here. All right, so I want to talk about Kobe Bryant's preparation, and I want to talk about his mindset towards failure. So let's start with preparation. Kobe was great at, Tex Winter taught Kobe about videos. If you study Kobe Bryant, he talks about how Tex Winter in the year 1999 and 2000, he learned how to watch video. He had learned how to watch video of like the games and how they watched it from before everyone got there until the end of the game. And Kobe talked about how they watched it from like a different angle. And he thought they were going to watch like his offensive touches, so forth, like him, like his highlights only, but they watched the entire game. And Kobe Bryant learned, preparation from Tex Winter. Obviously learned from Phil Jackson, the mindfulness and the meditation, the Zen master. Obviously learned from Michael Jordan, Eddie Jones, Byron Scott, all those great people that helped him learn how to prepare for an NBA game. And, he obviously learned from himself, like his failures and, preparing and changing his diet, his strength. When he was in Utah, this is a failure. His rookie year, he missed a couple shots. He airballed a couple shots, and they put him in the game, and his legs weren't there. So he talks about, in his documentary, The Muse, after that night, he flew back. When they flew back to LA, he went to the gym, and he shot all day. He worked on that shot all day, and he knew he had to get stronger in his legs. Because the year before he played high school basketball, so I'm sure he took a lot of that stuff he did in high school into the NBA, and he had to learn how to train his body. So lessons in that is, you got to learn how to train your body. You got to learn how to take things out that don't work. Not everything is going to be attacked the same. So with me, for instance, I think I was putting too much on my plate, on my routine. So I just broke it down lately. Okay, I'm just going to focus on conditioning and, yin yoga and meditation and breathing. That's it. No more extra stuff. No more all that right now. My body needs just that. Just walking, running, conditioning, and yin yoga, soft type of practice. Not the rigorous training of like a power yoga yet. I'll probably get to that more around February, March. I start, getting the body. Springtime is coming, so in summertime, that's a very important time. So this time of the year for me is about slower, and I know my body needs this stretch, this deep, intimate workout. So when Kobe Bryant was going through what he was going through, he had to learn, his body, why he missed those shots in Utah. He said his legs was weak. So he had to prepare different. When he lost to Boston in 2008 in NBA Finals, he said that they lost because of his, he was being too nice, I think he said, to his teammates, or maybe it was they weren't tough enough. I think that was it. But he got to be tougher on his guys. So they got in the weight room. Kobe Bryant got them in the weight room, got everyone getting stronger, tough, because Boston was tough. And they were focused on defense and rebounds. That's won championships, according to them and according to Kobe Bryant. So, when you evaluate what you mess up or you failure, for me, a failure that I had was, how am I not pushing past this boundary? I know I'm capable of being a lead actor on a big show. That's a failure like that. I mean, to me, that's not a big failure. In terms of, I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it, but I would love to do that. And I'm okay, I can do it. I know I can. I have the talent, the ability. Why am I not getting these opportunities? Is it me, or what I got to do? And well, do I need to move? Do I need to do this, that? So, but maybe I'm outgrowing it too. So it's like things like that in your life. Like, and what is really failure? Is that like, like a society thing, or, uh, I think it is kind of, because everything is lessons. So, but anyway, the lessons that Kobe learned from those failures is to get stronger, and life gives you that feedback. You and me, like life's giving me feedback with, things I do, like, oh, I gotta prepare different. Oh, I gotta eat different, or I gotta do different things so I can prepare to be the best I could be for whatever I'm assigned to do. So with me, like I said, I've been doing about yin yoga for about 2 months, month and a half, 2 months, like strictly. And I felt like and I also added some other yoga, nidra, other different things that help my body, my central nervous system. Like I'm really in tune to that right now. So you gotta like understand preparation for you to achieve your goals, and that's what I feel like Kobe Bryant, did after Utah, after they lost, and after that Boston series, that really changed. So I want to talk about Manny Fresh's his perseverance and his passion. Obviously, Manny has a passion for music, passion for making people bounce their head, people to enjoy, because music is therapy. And if you follow him during the pandemic, he was like doing every Sunday, he was doing like a, like a show basically every Sunday at home, like a live show, and being innovative and having that passion for music, and like that's what he loves to do, and making the crowd, bob their head, make entertaining, and because music is therapy as well. So Manny talks about that and his perseverance and his persistence. After um, the Cash Money thing, I think went a different direction. I believe that he was starting to shift his mind to becoming, the Manny we all see today, in his dedication to his craft. And he always talks about turning a quarter to a dollar, to a five, to a 10. That's what really inspired me. Like that become an entrepreneur was those like things of Manny Fresh. And that's just like something like really like, that got me with Manny Fresh was that phrase he said, turn a quarter to a dollar, to a five, to a 10. You start with the basics, you start with the fundamentals. It's like starting off working out and lifting. Like you're just starting off with just like the bar, and then you get to like 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So, that's how you have to start and look at it. Sometimes you have to have a beginner's eye, a beginner's mind, start at the beginning. So Manny's like his persistence, and you see him today. He's like doing the shows, doing all traveling, putting out so much content on music and working with different. Next thing he's great at is collaboration. Finding people that connect with you and that you can work with. Collaboration means co-labor. Who are you co-laboring with? Got to find a good team of co-laborers. My professor taught me that in my doctoral studies. Professor Scott talks about co-labor, and you got to find the people you co-labor with extremely well. And the next thing I want to talk about is the leadership aspect of Kobe Bryant. He was a different type of leader because at first in his career, it was Shaq leading the team. And then, when Shaq and them left, it was Kobe Bryant there. So he was becoming a leader. And also when Derek Fisher came back in his career, Derek Fisher is a different leader. So Kobe Bryant's leadership abilities to push, to lead, and to guide, and to build that, type of confrontation with his guys helped him become, a successful player in his career. And that's something that I had to grow into. Like when I was at Poland, playing basketball, I never had to become like, the leader of my team. I was just the best player, first, second best player on the team. Or, me and Nico did that part. We really led our team in that. I led my team more in the play and, and working out during the summer and playing basketball, and then got myself ready for the season. Traveling to Cleveland got me ready for, bringing that to Poland. Brought a lot of that back, what I learned from AAU and all that stuff. Like, I think I did my leadership different. I wasn't like in your face. I had some leadership problems that if I could go back, I would do a little different, but maybe not. I wouldn't do anything different because it taught me something, A lot of people will be like, oh, well, if I go back, that's the way it was meant for me at that time. But it taught me like how to lead now as like being a leader. Like, I had to learn like a few years ago, like putting myself behind and allowing other people to shine and help them and guide them up, and making sure people that was with me, we was there on time. We show up on time. We be disciplined. We act accordingly, and those different things of leadership is vital. Behind the scenes, I had some help, because like some things I didn't want to do. So you have someone in place that do that like to do those things. But I feel like, Kobe Bryant's leadership, everyone can learn from. So very, very key for that. Very key, very essential to develop some type of leadership skills. And as I wrap this conversation up today, I just want to tell everyone thank you for their time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for this beautiful platform we're on. And Dave and Steve, I'm so thankful for you and thankful for the opportunity to share this inspiration and share some different ideas. Hopefully that people are inspired when you come to this show and all the other shows we have on this platform, that you learn something. Maybe it might be funny. Maybe it might be inspirational. Maybe you might learn something. Whatever it is, it's always something teaching. So I'm very thankful for this opportunity. If you do some research, look up Manny Fresh, look up Kobe Bryant. I'm sure you'll find some things and that will help you in your journey. So I will talk to you all later. Thank you for coming to our platform, and namaste.